Now, I am joined in the studio by our International Affairs Editor, Philip Turle. Good to have you with us, Philip. Bernadette Chirac, was often seen as something of a driving force behind her husband. How much truth is there to that?
I think there is some truth in it, but I think Bernadette Chirac, when she was young and she fell in love with Jacques Chirac, and he moved on from his original plans to work in industry into politics, she knew that she would have to follow him down that path if she were going to stay the course, because Jacques Chirac was always known as a bit of a ladies' man, and she'd really tried her hardest to seduce him to become his wife. They got married in 1956. They'd met in 1951 at the political science university, Sciences Po here in Paris. And I think that she knew that if she was going to keep him by her side, then she would have to move in and be by his side, but at the same time have her own career in politics, which is why, as you were just saying, she went to the region of France, where she became elected. She became a municipal councillor. Then she became much more involved in that region, becoming the president of the region as well later on for many years, up until 2015. So she was playing her own role outside of that of her husband, who was very successful. He was prime minister twice of France. He was also mayor of Paris for 18 years before he became president of France for two terms from 1995 onwards. So she was someone who became really, I think, almost as famous as her husband within French circles. People knew exactly who she was. She was constantly being seen on French television. She was interviewed. She was accessible to the general public. I remember when I was on the Tour de France cycle race several times, she would turn up at the departure gate and give interviews to the press. So she was someone who was around a lot and known to everybody in France as Madame Chirac, and really someone who I think incarnated for a lot of French people someone who was described as steel-wheeled or a bit of a battle axe, and she was well known for her quite comical phrases, and one of the ones which I think sums it up quite well for French people is that she was always seen as wearing Chanel outfits, was very well presented, had her hair perfectly done, and wore dark glasses very often as well, and had this little handbag which was made out of snakeskin, and she used to say, "I am like my handbag made out of snakeskin, I bite."
So she was widely perceived as being something of an aristocrat with origins in the haute bourgeoisie. How helpful was that perception of her when it came to her political career?
Well, that also had a mixed effect. I think it was helpful for Jacques Chirac because she came from this very bourgeois background, from aristocrats. Her uncle was someone who was with General de Gaulle in London during the Second World War, part of the resistance movement. He was highly decorated at the end of the war for all the work he'd done with General de Gaulle. She didn't ever try to profit from that, but she'd grown up basically being taken from one chateau to another chateau in this very rich background, although she had lost contact with her father during the war. He was taken prisoner by the Germans and they were only reunited once the war was over. But she was well known for being someone from a sort of elitist background, and this played well into the right wing of the Conservative Party here in France, which has changed names several times over the years. It's now called Les Républicains, but she played a role in that. She was known for example, being against the legalization of abortion. She was against the legalization of gay marriage, and that played into the hands of the right wing in that party, which then also helped her own husband, Jacques Chirac, get elected. So I think she was playing a double role, really, as far as that was concerned.